What is good, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Friday Night Wrap Up as we wrap up round one of the playoffs. Yes, playoffs football is finally here as we wrap up round one of the playoffs and heading into the second round of the playoffs. Looking forward to that. Good news, Cavs will be back to play on the field next Friday on the 14th of November. So, we're football, but we'll be back on the field next week. Especially we have a first round bye. So we'll be back on the field next week. I'll tell you on the screen what we got next week. And let's go ahead and talk about a few things, and then we'll get right into the show right here tonight. So my Tar Heels basketball, we just beat over Kansas tonight. They just watched some press conferences just a few minutes ago. And the Carolina football got a game tomorrow, 4:30. That's a weird time. I know that's weird. So yeah, Carolina football got a game at 4:30 tomorrow against Stanford, hosting them. And then the Seahawks football we got. Let's see. Seahawks football we beat Commanders on Sunday Night Football. And I gotta think what we got. Let me see. I gotta think what we got next week. So yeah. Alright, so yeah, 2 viewers in there. For this y'all tuning in, thank you for joining us on another edition of Friday Night Wrap Up as we wrap up round one of the playoffs. Yeah, finally back doing wrap up for the playoffs. So here I am doing this right now. So tonight I went to the only 2 quarters. I went to Shelby High School to watch only the first half of Michael and Shelby. As I was Shelby High School, we only been there for 2 quarters, and then we left Shelby to go home. And then I looked up on my phone, and MaxBet said that Shelby wins over McMichael 70-14. But wait, I can't tell that yet. We have to see what the score. Yeah, Shelby beat McMichael 70-14. And next week, we got Shelby next Friday. Got Shelby next Friday night. So you can see we got Shelby next Friday night for the second round. We're hosting. We're the 7 seed. Shelby's a 10 seed. Hopefully we get a round 1 win. Let me move my phone so you can see the whole logo. So yeah, we got Shelby next Friday night. Looking forward to that. The since we play Shelby is 2019. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I gotta see this real quick. Hold on. Sorry, just a message from my uncle. So it's just a group chat. I'm not gonna answer it right now. I can't tell it. So I'm not gonna text right now. So yeah, we got Shelby next Friday night. Second round. Hosting as the 7 seed. Shelby the 10 seed. Looking forward to that. So happy we get to host a playoff game since 2018. Since we beat Maiden 17-10. That's since we host a playoff game since 2018. That's where Cameron Simmons and Calvin Jones still the players. So we get to host one since 2018. So yeah, excuse me, my throat. Oh, my bad. Let me get this on real quick. I don't know why it fell. Alright. Alright, so let's go ahead and get to the scores of the night. And then we'll talk about a few details about next week's game against number 10 Shelby at home, second round next week. So let's go ahead and get to the playoff scores of around the area for first round of playoffs. And then we'll talk about the Shelby game. Alright. Let me move out of the way so it doesn't have to be all white and blurry. Let me move out of the way. There we go, that's better. I had to move my phone. And let me move my cup real quick so you can see it. And then I had to on my phone so it doesn't fall over. Alright, here's your scores. Let me move my microphone here. Alright, here we go. We got North Wilkes. Oh no, West Lincoln over North Wilkes, 42-13. Hendo over East Davidson, 50-0. Two big scores around there. West Davidson over Madison, 36-14. East Surrey won by 20 over Polk County, 35-15. Union County upsets Owen, 24-14. Whitmore upsets beats 21-14. Yeah, Whitmore over Westwood 21-14. Already talking about the Shelby or over 7-4. They won 70-14. Already talking about that. Thomasville over Chase 14-7. Cherryville over South Stokes, 55-12. Mount Island over Elkin, 40-7. Let me get that thing over here. I think that is Hayesville. Yeah, Hayesville. Hayesville over Highland Tech, 41-7. That just put some teams with a losing record to the playoffs. It's so weird that the state did that. And then we have North Rowan over Avery County, 55-10. And now we'll go to the next column. West Stokes over Forbush, 39-3. West Stanley over Lexington, 24-22. Tuscola over East Burke, 13-6. West Iredell over Ashe County, 45-0. Ford over Lake Norman Charter, 21-19. North Surrey over Salisbury, 40-26. Bandies over South Rowan, 71-14. RS Central over Wilkes Central, 48-6. Al Marley over Cherokee, 21-15. I just realized that Mitchell over Langtree, 51-13. St. Stephen's over Mount Tabor. Probably not the final score yet. AC Reynolds over South Caldwell, 56-0. And now we're going to move to the next column. Irwin over Hunter Huss. Irwin upsets Hunter Huss 49-21. And then we have West Rowan over Southern Guilford 41-23. Excuse me. West Henderson over East Rowan 42-7. Let me get that thing over here. Concord with a 1-point close game win over Forest View 29-28. And then we have Montgomery Central over Carson, 30-7. And then we have Forest Hills over Smoky Mountain, 40-28. Oak Grove over North Lincoln, 30-8. Let me get that thing over here. And then we have North Davidson over North Henderson, 46-8. Oh, my bad. And then we have Kings Mountain over Benel Smith, 28-14. Statesville over Alexander Central, 28-3. Central Cabarrus over South East Guilford, 38-10. And Dudley over Glenn, 35-14. And now we're going to move to the next slide with other scores around the area. Let me scroll here, then we'll go back over here. Let's start over here. I'm not going to scroll, but you'll see it. Hold on, let me scroll. Let me scroll real quick. So y'all can see. There you go. Asheville over West Guilford, 42-7. Asheville Christian over Wayne Christian, 28-7. Final two scores over here. Page over McDowell, 68-0. And Robin Gap over Christ School, 64-7. Alright, that's our scores around the area for to conclude round one of the playoffs. As we head to round two next Friday, as your Cavs will take on Shelby next Friday night. So looking forward to that. Sadly, no Sweeters playing again because Cavs didn't play, but when Sweeters play again, we'll be back next week. We'll play Shelby. I'm sad about that, but it'll be back next week. Sweeters play the game against Shelby Golden Lions. So we got the 7 versus the 10. Looking forward to that. This is gonna be an exciting matchup for tonight. I mean, not tonight. Next week. My bad. Excuse me, my throat. My throat's not hurting right now. It's just my ears just kept hurting. So yeah, that's our scores around an area. And then we have Shelby next week. I told you Shelby over at McMichael. Check out MaxPress. They won 70-14. The big win over there. The first y'all tuning in, I went to Shelby High School for only 2 quarters. And they were up like 56-8 at halftime, and then we left to go home. About that, yeah. So yeah. So yeah, just want to hop on here. Just want y'all to hop on here so I can get y'all some round 1 scores. But I'll be back next week for round 2 playoff wrap up or something like interview or something like that. Excuse me. Excuse me. So yeah, that's our round 1 scores in the night, and then the Cavs take on Shelby next week at home. Looking forward to that. Alright. Don't forget to check out my last video where I show off the trophy last week that we won the county conference championship and county championship. So go check out that. Do you see how I got the trophy? The trophy I showed off my previous live is now at the school in the display. So it just wanted to show. Oh yeah, my new car. Thank you for reminding me, Daddy. He always comments every time I try to do something. So I'll be right back. Bye. I'll be right back. Oh, there it is. put my drink up here. Sorry about that. I was just trying to get my father to tell me what to do. So I'm back right now. So I'm going to show you the car that my father got out of town for a week, and now he just got back home this afternoon. So glad to see him back home. I think he's got another one. Just a few days. I think he's got another one. Just a vacate. Just like he just wanted a vacation because we haven't got a vacation this summer. So he just wanted a vacation himself. But he's got another one, like 2 or 3 days, I don't know, or 4 days, I don't know. So glad to see him back home from Boston. He's been gone for a week. He just got back home this afternoon. He just got back home when my mom's trying to pick me up and my sister from school. So I'm going to show you this car that he got from Boston from that car shop in Massachusetts. He just got me this JSN card. Let me zoom this in real quick. He got me a JSN card. Jackson Smith Njigba. Nice card with a panini sleeve on it. It's actually a rated rookie optic. Let's see, the year is 2023. A nice card. Jackson Smith Njigba. I mean. JSN. Best receiver in football. And now they're thinking about, the NFL thinking about, if he passed some yards, some rushing, receiving yards, he might be being league MVP. We had to find out at the end of the NFL season in January. Yeah, NFL season ends in January, the regular season. Well, usually in February because it's the Super Bowl. But regular season ends in January, early January. Alright, just want to show you guys this card. Just to tell y'all some scores around the area for round 1 of the playoffs, and then Cavs got Shelby next week. Looking forward to that. So no Sweetest player of the game tonight, but next week. We'll find out next week. Alright. Excuse me. That's all I have for y'all tonight. Just wanted to show you this card. So around the scores around the area. And that's all. Alright. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hashtag Sweet Rippin'. And have a good night. And hopefully see you next week for round 2 wrap up. As Cavs takes on Shelby. Cavs takes on Shelby. And alright. Have a good weekend. And as always, go Cavs.